This is CitySlacker. He is one of RuneScape's many urbanites, having lived here in Varrock his whole life, and now he is on a quest to explore the cities of Gielinor, but there's one catch. He can't leave them. CitySlacker is my city's only Ironman, restricted to the major metropoli of RuneScape. To top it off, I can never physically leave the confines of a city. I can only travel from place to place through means which do not require me to step outside of my boundaries, like teleports, charter ships, and the like. In order to add an additional unique twist on this challenge, I'm also allowed access to wherever my house portal currently is, but only while my house is there. With the rules laid out, let's take a quick look at where I can and can't go. Anytime I unlock a new area, I'll take a closer look at exactly where the boundaries are. Varrock is going to be my starting location, and until I can get my magic up, I can't leave it. At 37 magic, I can teleport to Falador, and with 40 magic, I can teleport to my house in Rimington. As I get my construction up, I'll gain access to Taverley, Polvanich, Hasidius, Brimhaven, Relica, and Yanile. Once I have Brimhaven, I can charter a ship to East Ardoin, and the Plague City questline will unlock me West Ardoin too. Now, there are a few cities that I'll be making exceptions to access, and some that I won't. I'll be making exceptions for Keldgrim and the Tsar City, after I unlock Relica and Brimhaven respectively. I just have to visit these locations once, and then I can access them with legitimate means from there on out. For Keldgrim, I can take the minecart from Varrock, and for the Tsar City, I can use the minigame teleport to the fight pits. I'll also be making an exception to allow me to use Port Sarim as a layover to get to the cities of Great Korund. I won't be counting Hosidius as a true city alongside Piscarilius, Arceus, Shazian, and Lokaving, and thus only be able to access it while my house is there. Among the cities I won't be making exceptions for are Dorgish Khan and Port Phasmatis. While both of these cities are reachable through legitimate means once unlocked, unlocking them means engaging in multiple quests far outside of my restricted zones. In the same vein, Zenaris and Prifdanaas will also be unavailable to me, as they too are locked behind extensive quests. But within my restricted zones exists a wealth of content, and I'll be open to a spectrum of PvM challenges, from Bryophyta to the Giant Mole, and even Jad and Zuck down the line. Not even that, but there are multiple skill capes I can get without ever having to leave my zone. Oh, and I'm also making him a hardcore, by the way. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Let's take a look at Varrock. Everything inside of these red lines will be available to me, while I'll be prohibited from ever crossing over it. I tried to keep my restricted area as close to the actual physical boundaries of the city as possible, but made an exception to draw the lumberyard in as well. It's just so necessary for everything that this account wants to do. Right off the bat, I don't have any access to any mines or any type of furnace, so I won't be able to train mining or smithing at all until I manage to leave Varrock. So that means I'm going to have to get all of my starting equipment from the vendors in the city. Horvik's Armor Shop will sell me plate bodies up to Mithril, while Lowe's Archery Emporium will sell me bows up to Maple and arrows up to Adamant. The Varrock Sword Shop will sell me swords, longswords, and daggers up to Adamant. And for magic training, I can get elemental staves from Zaf's Battle Staff shop, and I can get runes from Arube. What could be the most important part of Varrock, though, is its sewers. This is going to give me access to Moss Giants and the Moss Giant boss Bryophyta, which is going to be one of my best monsters to train on once I get my stats started. Alright, so here we are in Varrock Square. Nothing in our inventory, nothing to our name. A lot of skills that we can't train at the moment in Varrock. Can't train mining, can't train smithing, can't train crafting, can't train rune crafting, but you know, there actually are two skills that you'd be pretty surprised to learn that we have a very good XP method for. And yes, those two skills are Slayer and Hunter. I'm sure that is exactly what you guessed. It always surprises me when people don't know about the Natural History Museum underneath Varrock. I released the quiz in the museum. It I feel like it's something that everyone should know by now, but every now and then I run into someone who's just unfamiliar with it. Granted, the experience in these skills is practically useless for me. I can't think of a single enemy off the top of my head in my restricted area that requires a Slayer level unless I make an exception for the Catacombs of Korund. And Hunter is really only going to be useful if I get lucky enough to find a portal into Puro Puro, because let's be honest, I'm not going to hold my breath about a Impling wandering into one of the cities that I've restricted myself to. But with that little diversion out of the way, it's time to make some money. We are broke. Desperately broke. We're on the hunt for a man. Can we find ourselves a man? Aha! We've found our unsuspecting victim, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to make me a fortune. Alright, well, this guy did a number on us. We're gonna go see if that's enough money to hook us up with a sword, at which point we're gonna get that, put that on the controlled option, and head over to the training dummies and just get some combat XP and get our HP up a little bit so that we can do this for a bit longer. Hello, shopkeeper. Yes, you certainly can. Save ourselves some money. Buy the bronze sword. Beautiful. First piece of equipment right there. Currently, we're going to have to buy any equipment we need. We don't have the ability to craft any of it ourselves at the moment. Whoa, Implings do wander into here. That's incredible. Oh, do I get just attack XP anytime I hit that? That's a bummer. I would have sworn that hitting these dummies would have given me some hit points too. To attack. Turns out these dummies don't actually give any hit points XP, but at least I learned that Implings can wander into Varrock. We're gonna see if we can find a better man to pickpocket off of. Ah, 2 of them right here. 4 thieving. There's 8. 8 is where it cuts you off. That's such a weird number to decide to cut you off at. Oh, you know, let's put our newfound combat skills to test on the simp real quick. They have really weird drops. Besides, here we can actually get strength XP. Anything good? Clay? I'll take it. 5 thieving. We can steal from cake, tea, and crafting sauce. Oh, tea sauce right here. Does this heal? Oh my god. It does. A lot. Three HP, that's great. That's fantastic. I can load up an inventory of this. Go and just keep stealing from people. Six thieving. 7 thieving. 8 thieving. Imp, what do you have for me? Show me your secrets. Nothing but ashes. You know what? We might as well finish off this strength level. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. Two strength. A worthy haul. 12 thieving. 13 thieving. Can now steal from chests in places that I can't go to yet. Imp. I'm telling you, these guys' drop table is a veritable gold mine. So many random, eclectic items. You never have any idea what you're gonna get. No, don't go any further. No, stop. Ugh. You got away. How did you know that I was a Varrock locked Ironman? Well, currently Varrock locked. Ugh, that feels bad. But it's okay because I just remembered some extremely important content that I need to get around to. It is, of course, farming training. Now, currently there is nothing I can grow, but if I can rake my way up to 15 farming, then I can plant a regular tree here. Not to mention, if I can get my cooking up high enough to enter the Cook's Guild, I can get myself a garden pie and start getting on those tree gains a whole lot earlier. Alright, I think what I want to do is I want to see if there's any way that I can safe spot the Varrock guards. I think I should be able to safe spot them around those rocks. I have a feeling that they'll probably have some drops that I can sell to the general store for some decent money, now that I have a bit of capital here to start with. So we'll just hook ourselves up with shortbow. Start off with about 100 bronze arrows, should do us just fine. Alright, 50 shots in and he's still at more than half health. I think I'm going to have to just cut my losses on this one. CitySlacker, it's my lucky day? Yes, it is. Thank you. Excuse me for just one moment. Yes, I would like to take a quiz. Always go for the mystery box. What's inside? 500 coins? Should have just taken the 1,000 at that point, but beggars can't be choosers. All right, so if we want to be able to kill those guards effectively, we are definitely going to have to get our range level up. Range level 1 is just not going to cut it. So, next episode, we're going to head down into the Varrock sewers, and we're going to start training our range by safe spotting some giant rats. Going to get those levels up, and we are going to find a way to make ourselves a truck ton of gold. Oh, but I can't forget about my farming patches. Can't slack on that farming XP. I would just like to give a huge thank you to anyone and everyone who's watched this video so far and is interested in my series. This has been an incredibly rewarding experience for me, both for the game and on a personal level. It's breathed entirely new life into the way that I look at the world of RuneScape, and it's pushed me into new artistic and technical realms that have really challenged me to learn more. And I really hope that you stick around for the next episode when we get into some interesting content. Thanks, everyone. Stay hydrated.